Hi, Rob Linhart here in the Hazel's Wine Department, and here we go with Sunday specials for December 31st and January 1st.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.
Folks, this is it. We've got both the last and the first Sunday special of the year. Being the dead of winter, we're going to go with three pretty bold reds, but we're going to start in Italy with a non-vintage Honey Bubbles Sparkling Moscato. So think Moscato d'Asti here, that great, sweet, almost dessert bubbly. And we're going to get all those classic Moscato Muscat aromatics in here. So up front, those lovely peach and apricot tones, nice and citrusy. You get a little bit of that sort of lemon lime thing going on. Great floral component here as well, and little hints of spice. This is a great opener for your party, or finisher for your party, or opener for your meal. This is a great, well-made, sparkling sweet wine. And folks, for good measure, the name is Honey Bubbles, but there's no honey in here. This is a reference to the producer's commitment to helping raise awareness and help out our honeybees who desperately need it. We're getting into the reds now, and we're going to start in the far south of Spain. We're in Malaga for the 2020 Botani Garnacha. Now, Garnacha, as you know, known as Grenache in France and most of the rest of the world, often makes a fairly light. It can be sometimes delicate. Great spice notes in this wine. Here, very hot climate down in Malaga. We've got some elevation to kind of keep the acidity in this wine, so there's good balance here, but we are definitely getting a fuller-bodied, very ripe style of Garnacha here. So we're going to get a lot of earthy, really concentrated, dense red fruits, red cherry, red berry, almost a strawberry jam note, although that's the nose. It's not a particularly jammy wine. Cocoa, spice, that earth element carries through again to an incredible finish. I really like the finish on this wine. It just kept coming on, and you get this finish that we get so much with these Spanish reds, especially the Garnacha. It's just this pure raspberry juice on the finish with a little dusting of cocoa. Absolutely delicious. Jetting off to California now for a repeat performer. This is the 2018 Vengeance California Red Blend. Now, there have only been two vintages of this wine, and it was originally conceived as a prisoner killer. So we were expecting this really over-the-top, big, super bold style. Well, on the second release, they've kind of pulled it back a little bit, and I think they did this wine a favor. It's definitely on the fuller-bodied, bold side, but there's great freshness for all that boldness. So some of those classic California red blend notes that we get from those Cab Zin Petite Syrah models, we're getting into those spicy notes, leafy, brambly, little hints of cocoa and earth. Oh, spice comes through, especially as the oak starts to wake up. Definitely has seen some oak here. So again, with a little bit of vanilla, some of that pie spice, I was kind of thinking about cinnamon. You'll notice I haven't talked about fruit. We're going to talk about that now. There's plenty of it. We're into those dark fruits. So think blackberry, cassis, black currant, nice dark fruits. As it carries through the palate, we'll even get a slightly smoky, almost licorice tone to this wine as well. So much going on in this bottle for the money. If you love those big California reds and you want to pull it back just a little bit from the edge, this is going to be your jam. And last, but absolutely not least, we're heading back to Spain. We're now in the north of Spain, in Rioja, for the 2019 1808 Abar Rioja Crianza. So Crianza now is a wine that by law has to have seen some oak. But the oak influence here is not particularly pronounced. What we're getting is a super fresh style up front. So great, fresh berry tones. Again, with a sort of a licorice note to this wine. Spice carrying through. Little hints of leafiness again as well. On the palate, nicely balanced style. We love this about Rioja, especially one that's made for early drinking. The acidity, the tannins, everything in its place. We are seeing, even at this young age, just even a little bit of evolution in the fruit. So I was kind of getting almost like a black fig note, which we typically seen from wines that have a lot more age on them. So great complexity, great depth in this wine, immediately recognizable as a rock solid Rioja Crianza.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.